Good morning, ladies. I want to do a quick tutorial on making some rose oils with the roses you may have gotten for Valentine's Day on February 14th. Or you can make these with any rose petals or dried roses or things like that you've got at any time. I wanted to make this before the month of February ended in 2018. So I just kind of wanted to show you that what I use for some skin, and so I can use it on my hair too, but this is kind of what I use to make. And it's kind of a fun project you can do with your daughters or as well. I got some hot water right here because I'm going to melt the mango butter. So the mango butter is right here. And I got this brand off of Amazon. So you can type in mango butter on Amazon. I already put some rose hemp oil, which is really good for your skin and hair. I already put some rose hemp oil in the jar already. So let me just put some chunks of mango butter. And you don't need a lot of pieces, but I just, the hot water is for it to melt the mango. Because as you see, they come really, really like big. Like cocoa butter. They come like in big chunks like cocoa butter if you bought them kind of in bulk. So I'm trying to get a smaller chunk out, which will be easy for the melting process. And I didn't pre-melt this because I wanted to let you see those melt. I'm not going to put too many pieces in. Those 2 pieces kind of will be okay. And I'm actually just setting a jar inside the hot water. So I'm going to actually set those aside because I need the hot water to help those melt. And I just wanted to show you those for a second. So I'm going to put it on pause for a second to let that melt, okay? Oh, I just wanted to tell you guys, I put on the top to help seal in and probably help the process of the mango butter melting a little faster. As you can see, it is doing that a little bit. So I did help it to kind of steam what's inside the jar and help the mango butter go just a little bit faster. All right, so I just put it on pause again. I just wanted to make sure I just said that for you. All right. Okay, so I actually put an extra towel on top of the hot water and a jar. So I'm giving the hot oil a steam, full steaming to help it speed up the process to melt the mango. And I also a couple of times pulled the jar out of the water and gave it a full swirl. As you can see, all the mango butter has melted. So I'm going to place the hot water to the side for a moment. And take the lid off the jar. Okay. The next oil that I'm going to add is going to be a vitamin E. You know, it helps moisturize your skin. Vitamin E is very good for your whole body as well. Grape seed oil is just like is a natural skin protectant as well, and it also has some vitamin E in it too. The more the merrier, I always say. And yes, I am not measuring this because this is my own personal batch. And usually I don't measure because I'm actually making a small kind of jar of this. The next one is castor oil. Castor oil is great for your skin and your scalp, especially for people who have skin or eczema issues. Castor oil is a great alternative to coconut oil and cocoa butter. The reason why I'm mentioning this, my child do have skin allergies and a nut allergy. So she cannot put a lot of hair products or use coconut oil. A lot of people use coconut oil on their skins. I kind of shy away from those oils sometimes, especially if I'm going to use it in conjunction with using things with my daughter. So castor oil is a great oil as well to put on your skin and your hair. And it doesn't make your feel your skin. It doesn't make your skin feel greasy either. I really like this oil over most of the oils. I really like castor oil. And you can do, I think, a hot oil treatment with castor oil too. Argan oil or Moroccan oil is really great for your hair. I don't think it's not necessary for your skin, but it's great for your hair. But haven't had any complaints. I'm tilting this because it seems like I have a glare. I hope you can still see it if I tilt it. Maybe there we go. Okay, this way. Okay. So and so I'm gonna use that. And the last oil that I'm gonna use is apple oil. See if you can see that. It's got a flare on it. This smells really nice. So it's gonna smell like rose and apples in here. Actually, I have an empty jar, and actually it transferred this to a bigger jar. So I'm gonna get the jar and actually put my apple oil in, which was a dropper because I actually like using it in conjunction sometimes with like just putting it on by itself. So I'm gonna use a couple of drops of that. I really like that smell. It smells like candy apples. So it might have more of an apple smell than the rose. And I'm going to use 2 forms of roses today. These are dried roses. These are the roses I use also. You can also use these roses for making rose tea. Okay. In order to make rose tea, you can just boil water, drop a couple of pieces in, sweeten it as you like, because some people doesn't like it sweetened. Makes a beautiful aroma. So I just, for my oil, I'm just going to drop those in, just a couple of pieces, because I wanted to use the petals up. And what I did with the petals, actually plucked them off of the 12 roses I had. And I put them in a Ziploc bag because I was in between trying to make this video, and I had them in a Ziploc bag for a while, but that's fine with me. I still will use my roses because they're kind of drying out. But anyway, it's best when you just, as soon as you pluck them off the flower, you're processing them into the oil. Okay, so you just fill the jar with the rose petals. Some people like to tear them. It's your choice if you want to tear the fresh rose petals into the little pieces. I do a couple of things with these. Sometimes I let the rose petals completely dry out, and I mix them with glue to make pictures, you know, with my daughter. So they can be used for many different things. Just enjoy the things you love, things that make you happy. Okay. I just actually put my finger back in the hot water. Because what I'm going to do is put the top on this after I swirl it a little bit with my chopstick. Because I want to infuse the roses in the oil. Okay. And I did a half jar anyway. And you can fill the jar if you want up to here with your oils that you want to use. So I'm infusing the roses with the oil, and you can add more oil if you feel like the roses have taken over most of your oil, which my roses have. So I love castor oil, so I'll put a lot more of that oil. I am okay with that. You can also add some extra virgin olive oil too. Olive oil is just as therapeutic. And of course I have that oil as well. I just need to fish it out. Okay. So I will be adding this last oil, which is some extra virgin olive oil, into the mix. Apologize for it being so close, but let's just add some more of that to bring our oil content a little higher. Okay. So the next step is, like I said, it's going to mix it a little bit more. Okay. And it's really, really very beautiful and very potent smell. I can smell the roses, and I actually can smell the apples. So it smells like apple rose. I don't know if I should call it that, but it smells so wonderful. And I'm just going to rub that on my skin because that's just beautiful. So I'm going to screw this top on really tight. And I'm just going to set this back into the water is not really, really hot. So I'm just going to set it to infuse a little bit more in the hot water. I keep the top, keep it infused inside for at least 24 hours before you want to use this to keep it, to infuse all the mixtures and everything together. Some people drain the roses and the rose buds off. I think it brings value to the smell and the aroma of your oil mixture. So I leave mine on. And usually I just hand dip anyway and rub it on my body. But some people don't like the little pieces of roses on them. That's why I don't tear the rose pieces. That's why I kind of keep them as a whole piece. Because if they're whole, then they're not actually getting rubbed on my skin too often. So anyway, this is just one project you can do with the roses that you received, and can keep a remembrance of you or something that was received to you by someone special to you, and that you can remember that I received something, and you can keep them a little bit longer than 2 weeks. So this is my rose petal project for ladies out there, another way of loving you and keeping you smelling just as beautiful. All right, so ladies, keep loving you. I love you, and keep smiling. All right, have a good day.